Good morning, everyone. How you doing today? Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. This is normally when I have my interview with Mr. Jonathan Twomley. He is actually on the road looking at deals. So good for him. We look to be catching up with him next week. If you don't remember, last Thursday, Jonathan gave you a treat. He is actually creating some bonus content for the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. Again, it's in an area I have no experience. It is in syndication and large multifamily investments. So, as he asked for last Thursday, go ahead and watch that video. He wants to know what questions you have. Leave the questions in the comments to that video. He will be looking at those in order to create you a bonus section that makes the most value to you. So, thank you for that. So, as I mentioned in the daily financial news this morning, this live stream is inspired by the one and only April Crossley. If you don't know who April is, she has a wonderful YouTube channel. I believe it is called REI Lazy Girl. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, check her out. She is amazing. I am friends with her on Facebook, and she put out a post yesterday. At least I read it. I read it this morning. I think she posted it yesterday. That got me thinking. So one of the things that you will see about this channel, One Rental at a Time, is we interview and interact with lots of other experts. And what I want to talk about here is April Crosley, Anna, RAI mom, Kelly, lumberjack landlord, and Dion from Dion Talk. And of course, one rental at a time. So we are going to talk about 5 unique investors. And really what I want to do with these 5 investors is I want to ask you where you are on the journey. What are your excuses? Why haven't you maybe joined the private Facebook group, bought the course, whatever it is? So here's the deal. You may not know all of this. So April Crosley, if you don't know, and she shared this once again on Facebook, so this is clearly public information. April had a child at 16 years old. Talk about a life event that could be not the best start. How should I say that? Right, having a child at 16, not generally speaking, the way to financial freedom. Anna Kelly grew up and has shared multiple times that she grew up in Section 8 housing, was um, raised in an environment where mom was maybe having to make choices in relationships that she didn't want to, and it was rough, right? A rough start. Lumberjack landlord. He's very open about this. The fact that he left high school in the ninth grade. Dion from Dion Talk talks about getting divorced and finding out that he has $89,000 in debt, making, I think it was $14 or $15 an hour, and responsible for his 3 kids. Then one rental at a time. My story begins after losing $150,000 or 80% of my hard fought for savings. So, what you see with April, Anna, the lumberjack, Dion, myself, all of us started in spots you probably wouldn't wish on anyone. As I have spoken with these individuals for hours one on one, if I can relate all of those stories, all 5 of us started in spots that probably shouldn't have led to success. But what did it do for all 5 of us? All 5 of us, it gave focus, right? We knew it, our why was clear. We were going to go forward, come heck or high water, and keep moving forward. All of us started in bad spots, but we all knew that real estate was going to be our side hustle. One of the things you will know is April was a nurse. Anna worked for AIG. The lumberjack had many different jobs and eventually got into sales. Dion, multiple different jobs, and now runs a trucking company. And I got involved in accounting and then sales. That was our day job. We found time to focus and learn real estate as our side hustle. We were not coming at real estate by making fast money. We knew it was our way to a better future, and we were all willing to give it years. I would argue that all of us thought it would be at least 10 years, a 10-year journey. None of us thought this was 6 months or a year, but we all knew real estate was the way to a better financial future. And yes, early retirement, if that is your thing. Again, think about this. April Crosley has a child at 16 and she's financially free in her 30s. Anna Kelly, uh, financially free in her 40s. The lumberjack, still working but doesn't have to. He will retire before he's 45. Dion loves his job, but as he says, he has made work optional in his 40s. And I left at 45. It's possible, but it takes time in market versus time in the market. The other thing that you will see about all five of these investors is we sacrificed. We got uncomfortable. If you are going to get on this journey to real estate investing, it takes time and money. I'm sorry. Anna Kelly sells the big house in Texas, moves into a fourplex with 2 kids. I am sure that was not fun. Dion rents out the house and moves into an apartment so he can get income on his tax return. Lumberjack, he house hacks 4321, brings it to the course. So again, these 5 individual stories should be inspiration and prove to you that even if you could be a teenage mom, grow up in Section 8 housing, you're a 9th grade dropout, divorced with 3 kids and 90K in debt, or losing 80% of your net worth, you can do it too. Also, all of us made mistakes. All of us made mistakes along the way, but we kept going. Real estate investing, in my opinion, is full of mistakes. It's a people business. People will disappoint you. Pick yourself up. Keep moving forward. Don't over leverage. Don't set yourself up where there's one deal. If one deal goes bad, you go bust. Don't do it. Don't bet on appreciation. Must cash flow day one. You have to be able to hold on to these things through any cycle. So when again, I think about these stories, I think there's a couple of things. One, we all decided that real estate investing was going to be first our side hustle and then our main hustle. We were all willing to commit 8 to 10 years to that journey. We focused. One of the greatest, I don't know what I would call it, errors or misunderstandings by new investors is they don't focus enough. You should focus so tight that you're done in 20 or 30 minutes and then move on. You already have a busy life. Real estate investing should not take you 3 hours a day. April Crosley talks all the time about busting her butt as a single mom, working as a nurse, and then spending an hour creating mailers on her buy box or her area. We talk about learning your buy box and learning a market I never lived in. There's just give yourself permission and require yourself to focus. Next, require daily discipline. Now, I haven't heard all of their stories, but I've talked to them enough one-on-one. All of them were working on their business 5 or 6 days a week minimum. Most 7 days a week. We always tried to get better. We may not have done a deal, but we tried to get better. Got a question here from Valum Orchid, I think that is. Everyone mentions don't over leverage, but what does that mean for you? 10, 20, 30%? It is not about LTV. It is about cash flow. As I wrote in my book, One Rental at a Time, never buy or create alligators. The property must cash flow day one, must cash flow always. Don't create alligators with cash out refis. If you're 50% LTV, but the property is negative cash flow, that sucks. It's not some magic LTV number. That is a great misunderstanding. I believe you want to be at, 70% LTV is safe, but only if it cash flows. If you are 70% LTV and negative $100 cash flow, bad deal. Run away. Don't do it. It is about cash flow, real cash flow, not appreciation, not mortgage paydown, none of these other things. So it's not some magic LTV. And let's be clear, I have done deals, Valoom, Orchid, 100% LTV, none of my own money, but they cash flow day one. I don't give a rat's tail about the LTV. It must cash flow. If it's 100% finance and it cash flows, great. If it's 50% LTV and it does not cash flow, bad. Hopefully that makes sense. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for checking in. I'm on a little rant, or hopefully inspiration, actually. I hope people get inspired by April Crosley, teenage mom, Anna Kelly, growing up in Section 8 housing, the lumberjack landlord dropping out of school in ninth grade, Dion having $90,000 in debt, raising three kids, and making $15 an hour, or myself losing $150,000 or 80% of my nest egg and still making it work. The last thing I want to talk about all five of these individual stories is they got around other positive people. They got around a network of people doing the work. They got around other people that made them better. Some of you have friends that are frankly toxic. They talk down. They say it isn't possible. I don't know about you, but if a 16-year-old single mom, someone who grew up in Section 8 housing, a ninth grade dropout, a single dad with three kids and 90K in debt, or someone that lost 150 grand can do it, you can do it too. Those are amazing stories. Focus, daily discipline, 10-year journey, all of these things. So we got a question from Kevin Phillips about what an alligator is. An alligator, quite simply, is negative cash flow. You need to read my book, One Rental at a Time. I bought a property. It cash flowed. I did a cash out refi. It didn't cash flow. Simply said, rent was $1,000. My mortgage payment was $1,100. And I paid property manager and other incidentals. So every month I had to work 5, 6, 10, 12 hours so somebody else can live in my property. That is an alligator. It is the only picture in my first book. An alligator is eating bags of money because that is how I felt. So that is what an alligator is. So a couple of other things. If you need a goal, you need something to chase, and maybe you're watching all these other social media, what should I say, gurus about talking about 100 or 1,000 or heaven forbid 10,000 units, stop it. I'm here to tell you it is life-changing at 4. 4 rental properties will do lots of things for you. First off, it will give you the ability to have a fantastic retirement, worst case, because they will be paid off when you're done. Second, they are a proof of concept that you can find multiple deals that cash flow. Second, everybody I've ever talked to thinks they can get to 4. And again, I'm not talking about getting to 4 in a week, a month, or a year. If it takes you 2 years to buy one property, good for you. This is a get rich for sure, not a get rich quick business. I truly believe that we can help 1 million people get their first or next deal on this channel, but we need to give permission to focus. We need to give permission for daily discipline. We need to be inspired by April Crosley, Anna Kelly, Lumberjack, Dion, or One Rental at a Time. Find your person and get inspired. You can do it. It takes time. It is hard work. You have to sacrifice. You have to get uncomfortable. That is why you need to get around a group of individuals that have your back, that are inspirational, that celebrate victories, that ask questions, that network. Some of your friends, whoo, not good, not good. So, um, so yeah, again, this was all inspired by April Crosley. Another thing I want you to believe is dreaming is free. We are at the end of the year. Another year has gone by. What have you really done? A lot of us think about 2022. It's 22 days away, something like that. What are you dreaming about? If it's anything to do with financial freedom, a better financial future, One Rental at a Time is here to help. We bring 8 or 9 multimillionaires every week. We have other experts that come in and out. We have an amazing Facebook group. I want you to know it's possible. I want you to know it's possible. It takes work, sacrifice. Time in the market's better than timing the market. It's right there for you, but you must decide. You must decide to do the work. And again, do the work does not mean 3 hours a day. Does not mean burning out. Don't be a shooting star. I call you a shooting star if you come into my orbit and you're like so excited. Michael, I'm going to watch every video you've ever done. No, you're not. I've done 5,000 videos. I do 5 or 6 a day. Nobody can catch up. Find the few that make sense to you and get plugged in. Don't make it about hours and hours. This is not that kind of thing. What are you guys doing? You making noise? For those of you that don't know, I have a couple of little dogs in the room with me. This one is Sunny. Happy is over there. So you may have heard him bark. I apologize. But again, this is not about being a shooting star. It's not excitement. When you come into my orbit and you're like, vibrate a day, blah, 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 blah. No. Buy box, focus, network, get around other positive people. 20, 30 minutes, you're done. Your life is already busy enough. Just get 1% better every day. And I love dreaming. Dreaming is awesome, but you've got to do the work. So that's what I got for you. Let's say good morning to everybody that bothered to check in this morning. So Valoom, good morning. Yep, you made it to a live. Vatsal, hey, how you doing? Stephen Dow's out there. How you doing, buddy? We'll talk tomorrow. Nathan, good morning. Kevin, good morning. Paul V, good morning. And Maria, good morning. Thank you all for joining, listening to this little rant. Again, this was inspired by April Crossley. Follow her on YouTube or Facebook, Anna Kelly, Lumberjack Dion, Orat, One Rental at a Time. So again, let's set this up. Let's make the goal 4. If you get to 4, we can talk about 10 after. But if you don't have 4, then the goal is 4. I'm going to ask you to create a buy box. If you don't know what that is, buy the course. I'm going to ask you for 20 or 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week. I'm going to ask you to commit 10 years. That is your vision, not 10 minutes, not 10 weeks, not 10 months, 10 years. And I want you to get around positive people that are doing the work. If you need help with that, there are local real estate meetups, but you can also buy the course and join the Facebook group with 1,000 plus other amazing people. We are here for you. One rental at a time over the next 5 decades is going to help 1 million people. We are going to continue to share amazing stories like April Crossley, Anna Kelly, Dion, Lumberjack, or One Rental at a Time. I want to wish you all a great day. 2021 is almost over. Let's commit to doing the work in 2022. Help me grow this. If you like this video, please share it on social media. Let's hit thumbs up, comments, likes. Let's get the YouTube algorithm to pick this up, because more people need to realize that if you can be a single mom at 16, you can grow up in Section 8 housing. You can be a divorced dad with 3 kids and 80 grand in debt or 90 grand in debt, a 9th grade dropout, or someone who lost 80% of their net worth and make this work. Other people need to see it's possible. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself.